Welcome back to Yogaxpress, your virtual stretch clinic that helps you move the body to still the mind. My name is Banu Suresh. I'm your host for this program. From my extreme right, you might see Jonathan Boothe. He is back from his self-inflicted, what would I say, abandonment, Jonathan? You abandoned us for a few weeks.
Yes, no excuse.
Self-inflicted banishment. No, Jonathan, welcome back. It's always a pleasure to have you back. What have you been up to?
Well, I've been working on my modeling
Okay,
career,
that's good.
A whole lot. So I kind of put the martial arts aside, which I was studying Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Right, I remember.
And I also been caught up with, work, training new hires, working as a concierge, and it feels great that
That's
I've
good.
been occupied. It kept me from here, though, so I was not too happy with that because it was a lot of stress.
Oh, we did miss you. We did miss your energy, so it's good to have you back.
Yeah, I feel great. Now I can feel stress-free again.
You can relax and you can release all that stress one more time and then go back and don't disappear for another 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
I promise I will not.
Okay, welcome back, Jonathan. To my immediate left, we have Lana Parr. Lana, welcome back. I know you were not with us on the mat in the last episode.
Right.
You did miss a very good episode with Radan, our special guest, but welcome back. I'm glad you could join us today.
Thank
You
you.
were in the audience, though. You
Yes,
were giving
I
us
was.
all your positive energy from
I
there.
was amazed at all the things you were doing,
All the
And
chat.
I'm kind of glad that at that time I wasn't participating.
No, you're glad you were not participating, but you did well when
In
we
the
did the
last one,
standing. Yeah, there were a few twists.
Right.
Yes, a few twists and a couple of the balanced postures. I think you did amazingly well when you did come on, so welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome back. In the control room, we have Josiane Hurd, our director. Thank you, Josiane, for being there for us. Jabari Osaze assisting Josiane in the control room, and we have Beverly Fields on camera today. Beverly decided to disappear on us. She has gracefully given her mat up to Lana over here. So thank you, Beverly. We really appreciate you being on camera today. For the big moment, Radan Sturm, personal trainer. Radan is training director. No. Director of training.
You're getting
at
all the
Complete-
words together,
But I'm
just not
putting
in the
them
right
in different order, right?
but all the words are there.
It's like saying, I know all the names of all the muscle groups, I just don't know where the muscles are.
That would be accurate, actually.
Radan, welcome back. Director of Training at Complete Body. Radan, I know you have been exceedingly busy now that your club are... I want a good word to use. I'm not using the right word. Is it a studio, health club?
Health
You said
club.
Health club? You have
Because
to-
it's about health, which
It's
means
about health, that's
it's
true.
more than just cardio or strength. It's about a whole range
the
of
whole
things.
body.
Yeah.
Thanks for that association. Now I will not forget. Director of Training at Complete Body. It's a special health club that actually takes care of holistic program. You actually create holistic programs for the club, right?
Well, we just allow anybody that becomes a member to access all these different things.
Right. And you
So-
create individual programs?
Yeah,
for people?
individual, group. So,
Right.
People can
Right.
train in groups. People do individual training.
How
Yeah.
can people get in touch with you? Because our viewers have been watching you in several episodes before, and now that we're going live, they have a chance to ask you questions.
Well, they can call in or they can read my blog, either,
Which is?
radansturm.com.
Spell?
RADANSTURM. And the title is actually, it's called The Simple Truth About Health and Fitness.
The Simple Truth. That sounds so much like you. Simple Truth
Yeah.
about health and fitness. You like to keep everything simple, which is
it.
great. Welcome back to the
Thank
show,
you.
Radan. Radan, I was thinking, and feel free, when we go through the seated stretches, we're going to continue from where we stopped yesterday. And as we move in and out of those postures, feel free to help us get in and out safely, because sometimes I do tend to take liberties with the postures, and I may or may not
I'll stop
explain
you.
what's happening. You'll stop
Yeah,
me.
we'll
I
hold
may
you
not
down.
explain what's happening with our body. And Lana is here today very sportingly. So Lana, we really appreciate, but we want to be extra careful because she's had knee replacements too. So let me know if I'm just overstepping my limits. But also we want to understand what's happening in our body as we
Yeah.
get in and out of the postures.
Okay.
So those of you who are watching us, join us. Let's extend the right leg out, fold the left knee in. Attach the sole of the left foot to the inside of the upper right thigh. Now this posture literally translates to Janu Sirsha, literally means head to knee. Sirsha is head, Janu is knee. So literally the aim is to have your forehead touch your knee. If that doesn't happen today, and it's not going to happen for me, but some of you it may, that's great. In which case, don't relax too much. You want to go deeper and deeper. So just aim for your knee today. Inhale, the arms up to shoulder height, palms facing down. Keep inhaling. Take your arms all the way overhead, palms facing in. Exhale, fold from the hip.
And Banu, do you think it's okay if we keep our knees bent?
I
Or
think
do you
it's perfectly
prefer
all
with
right.
stretch?
No, as long as you feel the stretch in the back of the knees. Is it safer to do that?
Well, I think for a lot of people, they may be able to lean forward more if there's
If
a
you
little
keep
bit
the
of a
knee.
bend.
I definitely can have my forehead touched down if I bend my knee, that's for
I mean,
sure.
there are limits.
Right. I think the idea in keeping the legs straight was just to feel the stretch. But if we bend our knee and we can feel the stretch, you're right. I do
That's
feel
right,
it.
because most people will
That's
still
true.
feel the stretch.
Right, right.
And it'll allow you to
That's
come
true.
forward and stretch your back as well.
But
That's a good
you're
way.
double jointed anyway, aren't you?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
And your arms are
Talisa
longer than your
was.
legs.
My arms are longer than my legs. So see, these guys are not giving me credit for making the effort to reach all the way over. Jonathan, help me. Exhale and fold. But that's a good point. I think it's okay to bend the knee just a little bit because especially since we already feel that stretch, right?
Because quite a lot of people won't feel like they're getting into the stretch.
Right, and they
So
don't
if you're
feel
so
complete.
inflexible, you won't even be able to come forward to feel it stretching.
That's true.
So a
That's
slight
true.
bend will allow you to get into the
Be
stretch.
kind to your body. No, you're so right. I never thought of it that way, and I always felt we have to attempt even if we don't go all the way. But you still feel the stretch. So see, that's why we need you, Radan. Keep coming. When are you back?
Next week.
Next week. Extend your left leg out, fold your right knee in. And Lana, what you want to do is attach the sole of the left foot to the inside of the upper left thigh. So you don't have to go all the way. Yeah. Just bring it out a little bit and bring your left knee down as far down as you can. That's good enough. Don't go too deep. And she's still getting a stretch there,
Absolutely,
right?
because
That's
the stretch
more
is in
than
the
enough.
straightened leg. So
Right.
if this knee stays upright,
That's perfectly
completely
okay.
fine
then.
because you can
There's
still
a good
do a
point.
forward
Yeah,
bend.
I
keep it
can't do
there.
anything else with it.
That's fine. Leave it right there. Leave it
let
right
it hang
there.
out there.
Flex your left foot. Turn to face the extended leg. Inhale the arms all the way overhead. Turn the palms in. Clasp your palms together. Exhale. Fold from the hip. Now, hold on. If your fingers go over your toes or the soles of your feet, give yourself a little bit of a massage. Hold on to some part of your body. So if your hands don't go over, do exactly what Radan said. Bend your knees just a little bit. That brings your toes closer. And once you've made that connection, give yourself that little massage and you'll still feel the stretch in the back of the legs.
And for most people, I think in the lower back as well, or through the back.
Right, actually
A lot
I
of
do. I
people
never
have
thought
tight
about it that
backs.
way. That's right. It actually
So most forward bends, this is a
Yeah,
forward
I can
bend.
feel it.
You'll
Feel
feel
it,
your
right?
back and you'll feel your hamstring.
it feels so wonderful.
Once you start pulling your toes towards you, you'll feel your calf muscle also.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Keep exhaling as you go forward. This will help you come forward a little more as well. Inhale. Come up with a straight back. Clasp your palms together. Exhale and release. Extend your right leg out. Keep both feet flexed this time. That's good. And you might notice Lana has socks on, especially in the standing postures. She always wears the socks with the rubber dots under them. So you want to make sure you have traction on the mat. And today it's okay, Lana, but you've got your socks on today
But I've
because of
got-
the air conditioning,
I've got
right?
them on top of another pair.
She's got 2 pairs of socks
Ah,
on.
double sock.
You're really cold today.
We need to keep moving.
Flex your feet. Flex your feet. So that way you're getting a stretch for the back of the legs, just like Radan pointed out right now. Also for me, I'm closer to my toes, so it's a little easier. It brings our toes closer. Inhale the arms up all the way overhead. Turn your palms in. Clasp your palms together. Exhale. Fold from the hip. Place your palms over the soles of your feet. Bend your knees just a little bit. Also, if your feet are not close together to each other, you can also bring your feet out just a little bit. Bend your knees a little, and that'll help you pull your body forward. Yeah, it does feel, there's a wonderful release in my low back. I never
Yeah.
thought of it that way. Feels so good. Inhale, let's come up. Clasp your palms together, come up with a straight back. Exhale and release. Tuck the left foot under the right buttock. cross the right foot over the left knee. You don't have to go too deep in this one, Lana. So that's good. And then see if you can, how can we make the adjustment? See if you can bend this knee over to the other side. That's it. Just go over a little bit. Just cross your legs over. You don't have to go all the way over.
That's it.
Cross them. That's enough. That's enough. You do one step at a time every day. For those, that's enough. For those of us who've got our right foot over, you want the soles of both your feet to face the back of the room. At least keep your soles off of the mat. That's it. So you're turning your ankle a little bit, so you're getting a bit of a stretch for the ankles. If you're able to align one knee over the other, that's great. This posture is called cow face, but it looks like a cow's face only when your knees are aligned. So if they don't, we all are going to be camels right here. You're not doing too badly. Right knee is up. You want to try going over? Careful. Well done. Okay. All right. Stay there. Good. Good. Stay there and don't fall back. Be careful. Okay. Inhale. Right knee is up. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale. Dip your left hand at the base of your neck. And what's this muscle here?
The one that you're stretching?
Yeah.
That is your tricep.
Oh, that's the tricep. And
Yeah.
at the base of the neck, what are we touching right there?
You're touching your traps, which are the muscles. Trapezius, yeah.
Okay, traps.
Which are the muscles that run up either side of your neck. And that's
Oh,
where people
okay.
get a lot of attention
Yeah,
from
that's
sitting at a computer
Right,
and just being
right.
stressed.
That's where we hold all the world's,
Oh,
the weight
yeah.
of the world on our
Absolutely.
shoulders, literally. Now, very gently take your right hand from behind, clasp the opposite fingers. Now, this is where you might want to use props, and I just packed up all the props, but I'm going to unpack them. This is
keeping us
where-
hanging.
One of these.
If you did, no, you won't be able to grip them. Just use hold on to a piece of your garment in the back of your body. I know I shouldn't have packed up those props today. I'm sorry, Jonathan.
Even having your hands back there, you're going to feel a stretch.
You do feel it, right?
Yeah.
It's just holding it together sometimes becomes a little hard, but very gently inhale and release your hands. Untangle your legs and let's switch legs. Very gently, that's good. Now, bring the right heel under the left buttock, cross the left foot over the right knee. Soles of both your feet face the back of the room. It's the other way now, the left, that's it. Yes. And if you're not able to get the whole knee over, that's fine. You can just be wherever you are is good. Well, she is a real sport. Look at her.
Really good.
Well done.
You
Okay.
shouldn't just.
No, that's
Yeah.
fine if you can do it. Yeah. You
Bring it
can-
over.
Bring it over. You can do it. I don't want to do it.
That's
That's
it.
it. That's it. Beautiful. Left knee is over the right. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale. Dip your right hand at the base of the traps. I love that word, traps.
Love it. You're not going to
Take-
forget that one, are you? buddy?
No, I'm not. Take your left hand from behind, clasp the opposite fingers. And you're right. So this gives us a tricep stretch
Yeah.
right here.
So whichever hand is up above you, it gets a tricep stretch in that hand, and then it's a shoulder stretch in the arm
On
that's
the
being
other
pulled
one.
back.
Am I getting a bicep stretch as well in the left hand?
Not really. No, it's
Biceps
more a
don't
shoulder.
really get a stretch, right?
Maybe a tiny bit.
A little bit.
Not really.
More the shoulder.
I can't give you that, but no, I'm sorry.
So the shoulder is what? The deltoid?
The
So this one
deltoid, yeah.
on that side?
This
and
one here should feel stretched to the front.
yes, that's
As it
okay.
gets
So you
pulled
want to
back.
take your left shoulder back. So raise your right knee. Lana is looking very relaxed. Just
It's like you're at the beach.
Lana,
I'm
exactly.
trying to figure out where you've got your hand.
Oh, the left hand goes from behind. Inhale,
See, yoga's
release the hands
relaxing.
That's good. That's one page, right?
Release. I know she's on the beach. Just look at you.
Yoga at
Ladies,
the beach.
Jabari, Josiane, and Beverly, please get a beautiful shot of Lana on the beach. Release the hands first. Untangle your legs. Before you untangle them all the way, swing your... He's already out. Swing your left
It just
leg.
happened.
All that's okay. I was trying to transition. Swing your left leg all the way to the back in pigeon posture. Well, that's the idea, is to have a bit of fun here on the mat. At the same time, get our stretches. Curl your toes in, push your left knee as far back as you can. Lana, in this one, you want to be exceptionally careful. You don't have to take your left leg all the way back. Just stay where you are. Do you want to
Yeah.
come on both your knees and just center yourself in the middle?
Yes.
Come on both your knees. You don't need to take your left leg
Because
back.
the difficult part in this exercise is the rotation of the knee.
Yeah, and she's hurt her knee.
Yeah.
She's had a knee
maybe I better
replacement.
not
No, don't do anything. Stay right there. We're just going to complete this. Exhale. Now make sure your buttocks are centered. Exhale and fold. This is another one, Radan, that I find one side seems to cooperate more than the other.
Yeah, it's actually stretching your buttocks. So
Okay.
whichever leg is tucked underneath you should be feeling it in the right butt cheek.
Yes.
Right about
Yes.
now. Sometimes you feel it in the back of the leg a little bit.
I also feel it in the side of my thigh. So
Yeah, that's your hamstring.
it's okay? Yeah, okay.
That's fine.
And you should, so the stretch should go all the way to the buttocks. That's when I'm getting a full stretch.
Yeah.
Press with your palms, inhale, let's come up, and let's switch sides. Swing the left leg forward, take the right leg back. That's more than enough, Lana, you're doing great. Now very gently bring the right leg back. Take the right leg all the way back. If your right leg is back, you want to curl your toes in and push your knees back. Now that's good, good. Good, that's it, don't go too deep, that's enough. And then you want to just fold that in a little bit. That's good, that's more than enough, stay there. Don't fold over. For those of you who are joining us, you want to center your buttocks, exhale, and fold. Uncurl your toes once you're there all the way back.
The other nice thing about this stretch is that you can let gravity do the work.
Yeah.
So all your body weight is just leaning forward onto that thigh, and the more you relax into it, the bigger the stretch.
Sometimes, Radan, I find I could just go to sleep in this. It feels so good.
You could?
If we don't go
that's
too
taking
deep.
it a bit too far, isn't it?
No, you know what? When you really had a good workout, this one feels good. Inhale, very gently glide your right knee in to meet the left.
Maybe you should try it one day, Ronnie.
I did. I was attending one of those hot yoga classes and I was so tired
You fell asleep.
in this posture because I didn't do it to its full extent, but to the extent that my body allowed me to do it, I just went to sleep in there because it was hot, you're sweating, and then you find a posture that you're finally comfortable in. You just want to sleep.
I don't see.
And Lana, now this is the time when you want to come up on both your knees.
Trying.
Do it gently. Take your time. Take your time. You, the chivalrous gentleman is here to help you. Up on your knees, and we're doing a couple. Actually, we have a couple. No. You know what, Jonathan? It's okay because it's only the next. Lana, no. Stay where you are. Stay where you are because after the next one, you have to extend your legs out, so you don't want to get in and out of this. It's only one posture. Stay there. Are you comfortable? You stay in any, extend your legs out in front. That's going to be our next posture. For the rest of you, those of you who are joining us, take your arms behind your back. Lana, stay right there. We're going to join you. Do that. That's good. Clasp the opposite elbows. And this is the time if you want to test if you can actually take your palms into what's called a reverse namaste. You're there, Jonathan? You can clasp your palms together and then very slowly, very gently wiggle your palms up between your shoulder blades.
Oh, no.
And remember, you want to hold it there. So if you don't want to take it that far today, that's okay. Because if you are in pain, you want to release it. If you can, and you got your arms over, exhale and fold. Join us, Lana. Now, because I have my palms together, when I fold over, I find my buttocks come off of the mat. So if that happens, use the tops of your feet to pull yourself back. Inhale, come up with a straight back. This is a part, Radan, I always find difficult, not only to explain, also to experience. Exhale and release. When we come up from a forward fold, what muscle group am I using?
Your back.
You are using your back. But you said we cannot really voluntarily control the back. So how do I...
No, when you come up from that position,
You do?
You do.
So okay, so I have to tighten the front.
Tightening the front helps protect the back
Protect
as
the
you
back.
do that.
Okay.
But the muscles that are doing it are all along your back.
Oh, okay.
So from front to back, that action is your lower back.
So you're contracting the back.
Contracting the back.
Back muscles. Okay, that's good to know. I have to remember that. Keep your legs extended, Lana. We're going to bring our legs out in front of us. Extend your legs out in front of you. So let's bring our legs out. And this is my least favorite because I have to use the lower abdominal muscles. We all have, Achilles heel, as they call it. This is my Achilles heel as there. Set it on whatever, local TV or whatever our TV station is, I set it on it.
Let's do this one for 10 minutes.
Oh, shush. Now, engage your low abdominal muscles, but also make sure, no, Radan, actually, I'm going to have you explain this. How do we get our legs up? What is happening when we get our legs up? Which muscles should I be using?
Which position are we going into?
We're going to raise the legs up.
Wow. You're using two things. One thing is you're using your abdominals,
Right, I
but
want to know
you're
that.
predominantly using your legs. So
We're trying to avoid using our quad muscles.
are you going to use
Can't
them?
just, okay, we're going to use them anyway.
There we go. Yeah.
Well
My
done.
arms.
That's
So
okay,
it's-
so you're pressing with your arms, I see what
And it's a
you're
combination of your legs
Right.
with your abdominals.
saying. You know, I can't do that. She's got just her hands.
Good strength.
Yeah. Well done. Okay, I'm so used to keeping my arms out. Inhale your arms up. Keep your palms facing each other. Exhale, and let's raise the legs up. No, actually, inhale, raise your legs up. Did I say exhale? That was very strong, Lana. Exhale and release. So I'm using my quads, but yes, you're right. I am using my quads, but
And your
also I have to use my lower abdominals.
You're using your lower back also.
I thought so because I could feel a little bit
Yeah.
over there.
And I think most people are afraid to do exercises that they feel in the back.
Right, because they worry.
Because they worry, oh, my back. But actually strengthening the muscles around your spine
Right.
is as important as strengthening your stomach muscles.
Okay.
So an exercise like this, which does the front and the back together,
Right.
is good as long as you're not doing too advanced.
Okay.
So if you start off doing it for 5 seconds, and then you rest, and then the next time you do it for 10, so you gradually build up the
So
strength.
just aim for the 12 pack first and go for the 6 pack later. So we don't want to go too deep too quickly. You don't have to raise your legs all the way up. Just go as high
You
as
could
you
keep your
can.
knees bent, because that's going to be a little bit easier with a little bit less pressure on your lower back.
Okay.
And then as you get more confident,
And
as you get
also-
more confident, then you could start to straighten out the
Straight.
legs.
Actually, that's tougher, man.
Tougher?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that, no, it is tough because I'm sort of starting, my mind is working around, this girl's all set. Look at her.
I'm
Well
not doing it
done.
right though, am I?
You're slightly too
No, but
far
you're
back.
still using your muscles, so you're too
Shooting
far
up.
back. Come on. But it is tough because you're already holding it for so long. So anyway, you don't have to hold it for too long. Let's move on. Attach the soles of both your feet together. Clasp both your feet with your hands and push your knees down. Bring your heels close to your groin. Now, if you're actually if you have a pillow at home, you might want to raise your torso. Sit on the pillow. If your knees are down, your hands are over your feet. Exhale and fold. If your knees keep coming up, you can push them down with your elbows and just fold over. Oh, Radan, I feel a wonderful stretch here.
Yes, right through your adductors, which is in your groin.
The inside, yeah,
Inside
of the thighs.
And I think most people will find that they will not come forward very far at all.
Right.
And you're going to feel a stretch even if you don't. So it's okay if you don't get quite
What
far
about the low
forward.
back? I'm feeling the stretch on the low back as well.
I think you're feeling it in your lower back because you're able to get forward.
Is that good or bad?
Well, it's good.
It's okay. Okay.
But for most of us, we're not able to get that far forward. So
Right.
we're only going to feel it in the thighs.
In the thighs. Okay, we're
until
still
we become
getting this.
flexible enough
To
to
come.
feel it in the back.
Inhale, let's come up. And then let's come in a seated squat. I like to call this the Indian style toilet. Some people did. One of our teachers did actually. It's okay. Hey, it's a seated squat. You know what? There is something called, actually when we finish today, when we finish the seated ones, I'll take us through that. Heels are closer than the toes. I'm sorry, I digressed a little bit. Press your palms in. And
This is difficult.
it
For
is
people who
difficult
have
for
tight calf
right,
muscles, it's
right,
quite-
right. You could use a block if you want. Maybe this block is too high. But for those of you who feel your heels are off the mat, you may want to use a little bit of support. Jonathan, your heels are they too high as well? So you may want to use this. For those of you who have a towel, sorry, yeah, you can use that. They're probably too high. Now, if your heels are off the mat, that's okay. Over time, you want to slowly try and bring them down. Press your palms in, push your elbows out. No, that's okay. Then stay there if you can't because we're going to go in prone. Keep your legs extended. Right where you are is fine. Push your knees out to the side. There is a posture called, there is a kind of yoga called super brain yoga where you do standing. You hold on to the opposite earlobes. And it's like give me 5, your push-up, military push-up.
Yeah.
You actually do squats, standing and sit.
Wow.
And this has been experimented by a teacher called Master Choa Kok Sui in New Delhi. He's a Tibetan monk. And kids' grades shot up from a C to an A-. because what happens, the acupuncture points on the opposite side of the brain are activated. And we're going to do that today when we close. Very gently extend your legs out in front of you. Apparently that's really working, and I don't know why, but when I was young, my dad used to use that as a form. In India, it's a form of punishment. It's like if your dad or someone punishes you and say, give me 5 in the army, that's what it is. If my brother forgot to wash his hands, he had to do 4 or 5 squats, depending on how severe the punishment is intended to be.
Did that happen to you a lot?
That's good
Well, it
exercise.
happened more to my brother. I was more of a goody two-shoes. That's why I didn't get a PhD. He did. I mean, if your brains are going to sharpen because of that, if I knew that, I'd probably practice
squats all
being
day.
naughty. Yeah.
Well, it's not too late.
Well, it is. No, but you know what? It does. It makes sense. They're acupuncture points.
Yeah.
Right? So it makes sense. Okay, we have one last seated posture. Keep your feet flexed, both hands beside your right hip. Exhale and dip. Right or left is fine. You can do on the left side too.
This
Do
is
not
my
take
right.
your hip. This is your. Oh, I did say right, didn't I? I'm so sorry. I said right and I went to the left.
We just copy you, see.
It's like what they say.
That means we don't listen to anything you say, Banu.
It's like our moms when they say, "Do as I say, don't do as I do."
We're the opposite.
Exhale and dip. But good job, Lana. You're listening. Inhale. Let's come up, and let's go over to the other side. Both hands on your right hip, on the right side of your hip. Exhale and dip. Keep your hips down. Keep your feet where they are. Do not take your hips or your feet with you. Inhale, let's come up. And now, Lana, we're all going to go in prone position. Take your time. We're going to be on our belly. Yeah? So very gently. And you want to keep your head there. So very gently, let's all come down in prone position. I think we may have, what do we have, a couple of minutes, Beverly? We're doing okay?